Hey, Jim Willis here. Have some wandering going on. Willis's wanderings, and we're in Psalms 81. Today's the 21st day, but this is my third month. I'm going through the book of Psalms, and they're trying to have the psalmist here is trying to create some type of praise, and it's just not going very good. And he's looking at his surroundings, and he's looking at what his nation is doing, and he's a little frustrated. And in the middle of this, in verse 8, you hear God responding to the psalmist and says, "Hear, my people, and I will testify unto you. If you would just listen to me." There's so much frustration. I can only imagine what God's thinking when he thinks of America. I think there's great joy. I think there's great pride. I think there's great history. And yet today, I wonder. I wonder. And it goes on to say in verse 11, "But my people wouldn't listen to me." My people, not the world, not the heathens, not the secularists, the atheists. There's plenty of them anymore today. There's a bunch of people agnostic, and they don't care. But my people, do you care? Will you listen to me? He's saying. But none of them. So I gave them up to their own heart's lusts, and they walked in their own counsel. Oh, that my people had listened unto me and walked by my ways. So just wondering, how many people can say, "I'm walking with God" today? I mean, we've had a great prefaces, we've had a great landing stage. Stop, the whole world stop COVID-19. Take 2 weeks off, another subject, and give us time to block this virus, and on it goes. Did we take that time to get with God? I think a lot of us did. I think a lot of us, I'm going to read some, I'm going to pray some, and that they stopped us from going to church. Interesting. You can do riots, you can do mega funerals, not for us, but some people can. You can do bars are open. Those are necessary. Churches isn't. So what this psalm is asking you, is God necessary in your life? God is asking us, is he necessary in our life? How important is God? I mean, I really wanted to call my book, "Hey, are you listening?" I really did. I still do. But it's how on earth did I get here? And it was by listening to God. Now, I like to say I listen to him a lot. I don't listen to him as much as I should either. All right? So don't be thinking I'm all this stuff. But I did write about the times that I did listen to. And they were life-changing. And I still want to keep listening to them and still keep changing. But here's an interesting scenario. What are they hearing? Is anybody saying something? And we got to go to a classic passage in Romans chapter 10. And the whole section is amazing, but I want to keep it focused. And in verse 13, very classic, "For whoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." They had to hear something. Somebody was sitting across the coffee table, standing in the street, down the hall in the office, and saying something. Verse 14 goes to what we're talking about in Psalms 81. "How then shall they call upon whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe on him on whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?" Now you all know we're preachers, not just the preacher. I mean, I'm going to read the next one. Hear without a preacher. "And how shall they preach except they've been sent?" The whole church, all of us, from the first century to the 21st century, we got the gospel great commissions in Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Acts. "Go ye into all the world." Go all y'all. This is my southern translation. "Go all y'all into all the world and preach the gospel, share the gospel, live the gospel. So I'm just wondering, have we figured it out yet? Are we sharing the gospel so that people might hear the hope, blessed hope, and the goodness? Save them from their wickedness. That's a question that I ponder. Hope you are, hope you will, and we can save our country and many people's lives.